Yeah, we're gonna have to overtake some cars and catch a helicopter. Who thought I'd be saying those words?
How's it, eh? What's going on?
Crew, I'm running late. Kepler Rally Road Edition is about to start. We're gonna have to trade this big 4x4 in for some fast cars.
This video was made possible by Motor Village and MUA Insurance, alongside Freight Factory, Powerflow Salt River and Loki Thor.
Spray the water on it and then float it. Okay, let's see if he can do his stickers. I mean, he did build his car after all, so stickers should be the least of his issues.
Yeah, so my name's Samuel Jamon. It's a 1972 Austin Classic Mini. It's a 1275 and this thing moves and it's seriously sick. Yeah, it was a big restoration project. At the beginning it was just a shell. We redid the interior, we redid the engine, completely rebuilt it. New tires, new wheels, headliner, I mean everything you can think of is new. So it was a major project, yeah. Motor Village, they played a major role in supporting me. So I approached Anthony and I told him I didn't have a spot to work on this car. Do you have a space for me? And they gave me a little spot inside there. Hey, how's it, Mom? They gave me a little spot inside there and basically I could come in for 4 hours a day easily. They gave me help, they gave me contacts, they gave me tools. And I just worked inside my Mini just off the showroom, or surrounded by Lamborghinis, Ferraris. I mean, teenage boy's dream. I was 17 when I was doing this, so I mean, I'm super thankful for Motor Village. This project wouldn't have happened without them.
Take it easy, we'll all catch up. They're all just behind me now, and then yeah, we'll just sit on the N1 until we get to that Klapmuts turn. We're just cruising on the N1 highway, somewhere between 80 and 100 kilometers. Traffic on a Friday, everyone's trying to leave Cape Town. We're trying to do the same. So our first stop is a lovely little coffee shop just before we start Bainskloof, and I'm sure that many of you have driven that since they've resurfaced it. It's a great pass, especially on the way up. You can go a little bit faster, it's a bit wider and open, and then on the back side it's quite narrow and tight. But if you've got a good sounding car, you can obviously hear those sounds reverberate off the mountain, and I think that puts a smile on every petrol head's face. And that's what this trip is about, right? Bringing petrol heads together and being out on the open road. I love it. I love driving. I love being behind the wheel of a car, and I like to share that experience with other people. So we've got about 700 kilometers in a round trip. We've got 2 nights of staying at hotels. We've got some cool driving roads, some epic mountain passes in between, a couple of little activities, and then we end off, like all good car meets should, at a museum where there's going to be a whole bunch of car guys. So pretty stoked for what's ahead of us. So I don't know how many breakfast runs Sam has done in his Mini with groups of car people. I also can't remember whether it's a 900 or 1100 or a 1275 that he's got. I mean, not that it really matters, right? I mean, there's some really fast cars and okay cars here, but he's gone MIA. And we haven't heard from him for the last half an hour, and we're only trying to get to our first stop. So I don't know, we'll just have a coffee or a milkshake or whatever, give it half an hour and see if he arrives. had an Alpha that can make it through the whole alphabet?
No.
Okay.
No, it can get from A to Johannesburg, so it can get to J.
Okay, but I mean, you drove these in the 80s between Joburg and Cape Town. Now we're in, like, 2020. Where's your
True
confidence? Where's your confidence?
True story. And I remember when it was brand spanking new and I collected it in 1986 and it made 757 kilometers and broke down. And in those days there were no mobile telephones. I had to check into a hotel, I had to telephone, I had to organize a train. It took 11 days to get back to Johannesburg.
But knowing you...
And they fixed the car in 15 minutes. New fuel pump, then it made it all the way. Second time lucky.
But it probably took 2 weeks though.
Yes.
And what did you buy in those 2 weeks?
An XR500R because I had nothing to drive around Johannesburg in.
All right, so Mark's made it to the first stop. We're still waiting for Sam and his Mini. And now we've been joined by Linton and Trevor in an Alpha 4C. And just ahead of us is Bainskloof, so now where it gets interesting.
I'm just happy to be here. I've got a slow leak on my front left tire and I think a bit of a problem with my drive shaft and my hub. But yeah, this Mini, I love it, but it's a classic car at the end of the day. But I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, chuffed.
Didn't you miss a turn-off?
We're not going to talk about that. I missed 4 turn-offs. So I took one down to the other cafe, missed a turn-off, came back, got told to get back onto the main road, forgot about that instruction, took another missed turn-off until Mark called me, got some sense into me, and I finally got here. But yeah, it's cool. We're here. It's all good.
I'm saying it's gonna be fun. The best one starts now. Brand new bike. That should be the first thing. It's gonna be a nice one. Yeah.
And now we're going for it. And racing brain kicks in. All of a sudden you're feeling everything. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm getting it. Now I'm feeling it. I can feel tires, I can feel brakes, I can feel engine, I'm watching everything. Your senses just heighten it. So we're coming down the backside of Bainskloof, but a little tussle with Trevor and the Alpha 4C. For those of you who don't know, Trevor's quite a handy guy behind the wheel with lots of racing experience, particularly in classics and hill climbs. So not the easiest person to chase down, and that's quite a light vehicle in comparison to an Aston. With the weight in all the right places, carbon tub and all of that. So quite interesting that this car can sort of keep up, but my brake pedal has now gone long. It's coming back, and you know, might be time for a brake upgrade. But man, Bainskloof ticked all the boxes today. The weather is absolutely brilliant. Of course, we've come over to this side of the world and it's instantly 10 degrees hotter. So we've got the windows up now and the aircon on. Thankfully, we have aircon. Yeah, Cape Route Rally, first mountain pass, check. Even though we did a recce. You can't account for all the roadworks, so we're currently sitting between Woolsley and Ceres stationary. Luckily, we're in a car where the aircon works. Maybe not as well as a big 4x4 designed to go into the Nubian deserts at 45-degree heat, but it's still wheezing along nicely. So this is my 2009 Aston Martin Vantage 4.7 manual. It's very special to me in that one of my very good friends that I met in 2006 arrived at my shop in a 4.3 manual, and later went on to own quite a few Astons. And that was a long time ago, before wife and kids, and we used to do quite a bit of jawling. And man, these cars were so good, and they still are. It's that era of car. I always tell people my era of car is like 97, 98 to like 2015, 2016, where things are still analog, they're still manual, they're still naturally aspirated, they still have feeling, they're not too insulated in terms of noise and drama and driving. So it's a very mechanical car. It's not the biggest of V8s, but it's punchy. Probably its best draw card for me is the sound. And when I'm choosing cars that I enjoy and that I want to own forever or a while, sound is definitely one of them, right? I want a good exhaust note, which means that cuts out quite a few turbo cars. I want a good sound system, and then I do like something that is, pleasing on the eye. And this Aston, particularly this shape, it doesn't matter what angle you look at it, from the front, from the back, from the side, three-quarter rear, even when you're sitting inside with a huge dash that points forward. And I've always been a fan of a front engine car, nice big bonnet. Those type of GT cars I think suit my driving style a little bit better, and something that can move around. Obviously an M3 V8 manual is a bit more tail happy than this, but when this does break out, it is still a car that one can manage in a slide, and that I really enjoy. It honestly just makes me happy. It doesn't matter what's going on in life, the car makes me happy. And isn't that what cars are just about? You want to just have something that brings about a sensation in yourself, that derives that driving pleasure, and makes you want to travel the road less traveled, get out on the open road, organize trips like this, surround yourself with petrol heads, and it's such a go-to car for me. I could come with something bigger, I could come with something faster. It's not about speed anymore, it's about sensation. And this tickles the hairs on the back of your neck, and it makes you want to shout when you're approaching red line. And that for me is what makes my Aston Martin so special.
Overheating a little bit. The Mini, it hates idling, it hates traffic, but on the passes I'll sit on like neutral heat. Put me in traffic, goes up, you start getting this screaming coming from here, and it just boils over. So me and Mark we pulled ourselves over on the pass, just going down into series now, just needing to cool down our classics.
Said that Mark's in an alpha and that he has to make the whole alphabet, right? A to B to C to D. You basically get all the way back. How many stops have we had now? 1, 2. This is our second stop, with a few like waiting stops in between. And as all good alphas, you know, they make you love them even more by tinkering on them. So come and have a look here.
So yesterday, firstly, I had to tape up some fire retardation material everywhere close to the new free flow exhaust system, because I thought petrol and heat, not a good idea.
No.
But now we've got...
That's not too bad. So either the temperature gauge is running too hot.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. Look, the temperature's also going to drop. It is 31 to 32 degrees here.
32 I've just seen on the phone.
So it's a hot day. I mean, classic cars don't really like running in such a hot day, but man, does this car look good on the road. So Mark, are you going to stretch it further, or are you going to call it back up?
Well, there is a 55 AMG waiting as backup. It's just, it depends what's on the menu for dinner tonight, whether I'm going to do it after dinner or before dinner. Otherwise I'll be there for breakfast before you wake up in the morning with a 55 AMG. And
Mark's not one to turn down a free dinner, and on the menu is a 3-course set meal.
Yes.
With centered around fillet. So it's a tough choice to make, eh?
I'm gonna organize a tow truck. The Mini didn't make it. Okay, and then yeah, we're regrouping now. Have you got a pin for the Mini?
The Mini is, we're parking it at a farm overnight.
Well,
Mark,
yes.
Mark's got a pin. He's just going to get the telephone number of the farmer, and then you can send the truck around.
Well, the truck is on its way as we speak.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm gonna share Mark's number with you, so you can share it with the truck driver, and I'll share the pin with you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sharp.
All right.
Okay, bye bye.
What you say?
Yeah, man, we're out here. You know, we got Louis in the building. You know what I'm saying? He driving the 740. What is it? 740i. You know, he leading the pack. We got Astons over here, and the BMW leading the pack. I mean, the M3 is just trying. You know, just trying. But anyway, this is Cape Road Rally, bro. Stay tuned. You know. Yeah, that's what's up.
Okay, we've done about 200 Ks for the day. So we've got another 100. That means to go to Montagu. So that means we've done 300 for the day. Smile per mile.
Alright, so day one, night one, we're at the Montagu Country Hotel. It's been a fun day on the road. Like all good Cape Route rallies, we have lost some people. So Sam's little Mini with an original radiator from the 60s just couldn't withstand the heat. I think it probably got up to about 33 degrees. And if you're chasing mountain passes and you have a classic car from the 60s, you're gonna have to drive it hard. And to his credit, he built that car at Motor Village at the age of 17 for his matric project. And he came up. This is his first breakfast run. So yeah, I think he jumped a few belts and he earned a few stripes today. So good luck to Sam repairing it. He has just been picked up by his father and he's now on his way here. So credit to him for coming through. We have some footage of the Alpha towing the Mini. That was hilarious. And the Alpha is now on a trailer going back to Cape Town. Also struggled with the heat today. These old cars, I think you gotta I was chatting to a guy and he was telling me that if you run old classic cars, you've really got to change the radiator fluids and you've got to make the cooling systems more efficient because they struggle in the heat, and that's true. On cars, I mean, my car just sat at the same temperature the whole time. The only thing I encountered today was brake fade, so a lot less issues than on a 4x4 route with some patrols. So here we are, Emil in his M2. He did a nice big wave to us and off he went. His old man in the M6, Kevin, man, that guy's got some tricky exhaust and software on that M6 making over 500 kilowatts. Honestly, there's no chance any of us can keep up with him in a straight line. He just, gone. So they've gone home. They're coming back to meet us on Sunday. And here we are. We're just relaxing. We're gonna go for dinner in 10 minutes. Everyone's having a good time. The spirits are high, and the ethos of driving your cars is where it's all at. Everyone is literally talking about cars, memories, stories, war stories, and that's what it's all about. So if you've got a cool car and you want to do fun things, then we will publish the dates a little bit earlier in future and you can come and join us. Yesterday we had 2 classic cars break down because of the extreme heat. And today it's lovely, it's overcast, it's cool. So perfect weather for classic cars, but we have none left. So Sam is now riding with one of us, and Mark has gone back and fetched another car. We'll see he arrives in just now. Keep your eyes on us.
I'm keen for the second day. Unfortunately, my Mini's not with me.
Yeah, I had a feeling maybe your first breakfast run wouldn't go according to plan.
Yeah, I think it's
I've
opposite.
got you another Mini.
Oh yes.
There we go. And so you can still travel with the Mini today.
Thank you very much. Its soul is with me. Its body is not, but its soul is with me. Brilliant. Thank you very much. There's my Mini.
Come on, guys, we need to go. Let's go. Let's go.
We were busy trying to catch up to the front pack, obviously to get footage for the video, but as you can see on the message on the dash over there, it says continue the journey at a moderate speed, full performance not available, have the problem checked by service. So we have a drivetrain issue, and if I can demonstrate quickly on the straight, I'm going to put my foot flat, and there's vibration coming through and speed's going up, but not the full power is not there. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be another car out of the rally, but we kind of need this car. It's the crew car, but let's see how we go.
I think they're going to try and reset the system. So they're going to disconnect the battery for a bit and then reconnect it and hopefully try and sort the issues out, and if not, then we're going to have to drive in eco mode all the way. So Not exactly the way we would want this rally to go, because this is the media car. We got all the camera gear, all the media guys, Dawn here next to me, yourself, and then Dawn, Brad on socials. So I think this would be a terrible one.
Okay. There's hope. And that sounds possible. If one plug's burnt, it will misfire. And that's actually all we got a misfire. And that's why it says it's got drivetrain problems, because it doesn't get the power to the drivetrain, so the drivetrain's not happy. But we're gonna need tools. So we're not able to reach the fuel filter to have a look at it. So it looks like we need a proper mechanic to have a look.
We're in South Africa, in the Western Cape, outside of Cape Town, up in the Karoo, at a small little town called Barrydale. And those of you who have travelled through here will all know the Route 60. It's kind of like the way the world is all orientated towards Route 62. And so the Route 60 has got these lovely shops and restaurants and pubs and wineries and you name it along it. But one stands out above all of them, and that is Diesel and Cream. And we at Freight Factory have shipped in so many groups of classic cars and modern cars and motorcycles, people that have done overlanding trips all the way from London to Cape Town, and almost all of them have come through here. And if you want to come and experience some of the best open roads the world's got to offer, where there is just, it's so sparse, there is nothing around, you've got to come and drive Route 60. There's a lot to see, there is so much to do in the Western Cape, and we at Freight Factory can facilitate that entire process, whether it's going to be one car that you want to ship out here or a group of 20 cars. So get in touch with us, we'd love to make your driving dreams come true.
And I'm Mark Levy, and I was in the Alpha GDV6 3-litre, which I'd owned since 1986 yesterday, with its brand new engine, and it developed an oddball noise. So I phoned my friend Noel, who we do a lot of shipping for with our business, and I'm very grateful, came to fetch me with his trailer last night in Worcester. I got home at about 2 o'clock this morning. I then caught an Uber to my nephew, who I'd loaned the Mercedes SLK 55 to, and I left Cape Town round about 8:45 this morning, and it's now, well, let me not put that on film, should I? That's an admission of guilt. So I took a very slow ride at about 120 k's an hour and made it to Diesel and Cream. It seems to be that they've worked out that my average speed was 213 kilometers an hour, but I'm sure I was doing 120. A lightweight car with a 5.4 litre V8, 375 horsepower, no superchargers, no turbochargers, and just simple V8. This is the German Mustang.
Better late than never this morning, and now you're better late than never this afternoon.
Well, we saw you starting the cars, but then they called me back to pay for someone's piece of cake.
And we had, what, about 40-45 minutes to spare, and we had some thirsty passengers. So here we are at a wine farm.
Wel tevreden, and what a surprise even for me. It's a hidden gem that I didn't even know of.
Spectacular, it's stunning. the comments about the wine inside is that it's really nice, and I think they're busy paying for some wine. I definitely think we should come back here, whether it's on a trip or not.
Yeah, for sure. This is not a place to miss. And it's actually not that far out of the way anyway.
Nice little lull, because after this we're going to meet up with my mate in his helicopter, and then he's going to tail us to the Birkenhead brewery, where we're going to have a beer. It's action-packed. It just goes to show that you don't have to drive all the way to Joburg and back to get some spectacular roads. And I think it's testament to why we called this Cape Route Rally, because the Western Cape literally has everything on our doorstep. It's all here for us.
And you know the beauty of it is that you drive only 300 k's for the whole day.
Yeah.
So you've got so much time to spend doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And visiting the nice places like that Sip restaurant. It's also a hidden jewel.
Yeah.
So you've got the time to do stuff like that. And in the end of the day, it doesn't feel like that you've driven a long way.
And the driving has been great. Oh man.
The driving, you can't believe that in a short space, like on this whole trip, 700 k's, all the excitement, all of the passes you can get. And that's not all the roads. I mean the scenery, everywhere we went.
Yeah.
It's like super awesome.
Yeah, I think that Quantumans Pass outside of Montagu, the rock formations there, for me, that was just unreal.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. All right, well, Louis, I think it's time we get in our cars. We need to go and catch a helicopter ride.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. Let's get up and go.
The best thing that I've heard all day was that I outran a helicopter. I mean, come on. Things that you want to tick off. You outran your buddy in his helicopter. But no, seriously, what a cool place. The Birkenhead is amazing. The food is top. The beer is good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to chill here for a little bit longer. Thank goodness we've still got the 7 Series in tow, which means I can now hand my keys to someone. I'm done for the day, and I can actually have a beer at the Birkenhead, enjoy myself. Next stop is Hermanus in the town, so it's only a few k's away. Day 2 has been top.
So we're in a BMW E92 M3, the only M3 with a naturally aspirated V8. We are pushing around 415 horsepower, and yeah, I think we're heading off to Hermanus now, which will be our final destination for the day, and then we'll be back on the road tomorrow for our final day. So yeah, but the fun thing about the M3 is that. Yeah, so I mean, obviously we're in the 7 Series, which is pretty much in limp mode at the moment, just trying to figure out what's going on. But we did actually get hold of a OBD reader, but I don't think that's actually going to do very much. I think there's actually a mechanical fault on that car. So being back in the E92 is yeah, I could not be happier, honestly. This is my favorite car out of all the cars that are here at the moment. But yeah, just the sound of that V8, manual, naturally aspirated, honestly, cannot get any better. But today, overall, it was a very, very good day. Nice, more relaxed day compared to yesterday, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, we went for wine tasting. We had some lunch now. Now we're ending up at our accommodation. So yeah, very, very relaxed day. And then tomorrow we have a sort of a park off going on where we'll be at Lawrenceford Wine Estate, and hopefully there'll be some more cool cars there to show you guys. But yeah, for now I think let's get to our accommodation and relax for the evening.
It's currently 8:42. We've just stopped off here with a bunch of the crew. So we're grabbing some breakfast. We're still waiting on quite a few of the other cars.
So it's day 3, the last day of our great weekend that we're having so far. The action is still to come. We've just spent a beautiful night at Misty Waves Boutique Hotel. And it's misty, so true to their word. We've had a nice breakfast. We've already watched the Formula 1. And Max just keeps driving away from everyone. So that was interesting and disappointing. And now we're going to head through to the Lawrenceford Farm, the wine estate, and we're going to go to the Abu Brewery. We're going to go to the market, but before we do that, Linton is going to take us through the museum. There are lots of excited people to come, and also this is where we reconnect with our families. So our families are coming through to join us for the end of the trip. So we're trying to create all of the elements together, so it all works well together, and so far it has. And between us and there, we've still got Clarence Drive, and that is an epic ribbon of tarmac. It is absolutely beautiful. If you've never driven this road, ideally you want to go nice and early, but it is just stunning scenery, beautiful, unreal corners. You could do it in a classic, a supercar, a sports car, a bicycle, a motorbike. Wherever you are in the world, Cape Town has some incredible scenery and mountain passes. This is one of those that you want to tick off on the list.
Hello, this is Jeremy, Motor Village, sales manager at Motor Village, and we've been asked to come and join as one of the co-sponsors of Cape Route Rally. Unfortunately, I got here a little bit late. It was only yesterday, work responsibilities, but arrived in a little bit of an unorthodox, big, massive SUV, 7-seater Nissan Patrol V8 with a little bit of a twist. This is the Black Hawk, which is kitted out, body kits, rims, supercharger dumped in, all done by BB Motorsports up in Joburg. So very, very cool car, joining the run, getting new press guys because I think one of the other cars broke, and just going to enjoy it and keeping up with the rest of the guys and doing it in absolute luxury. So yeah, we'll do some rev ups just now. There'll be 1 or 2 little trips, and yeah, chat to you soon.
Developed a little rattle on the left front wheel, but we're not sure what it is. I think maybe a shock absorber mount is coming loose, or maybe the shock absorber is acting up.
Jeff, how do you feel right now? I feel on top of the world. What's been your favorite part about this weekend? So
it's been a lot of fun and just very beautiful getting in touch with this car again because of my dad being the one who restored it for me. So it feels like he's with me. And yeah, very happy.
Sunday markets at your spot. Okay, and we've got the museum in the background, so we've just had a private tour. Now, you came on a Cape Route rally, and you have a whole bunch of cars, but you didn't even drive a car or your own car. What's going on?
No, because it's like, like Terence Millard's got lots of horses, but he got jockeys. So no, the rule was we went in the Alpha 4C because we're always going in my cars. And I said to Trevor, you're going to end up driving one of my cars anyway. We're going in yours. And I enjoyed it more because he could thrash his own, not mine.
And he's handy behind the wheel.
He can drive.
He can drive. And what are you going to be racing at the Nicely Hill Climb this year?
We are taking a little Alpha up again. We are pure Alphisti, so we've got a nice little junior. We want to beat 49. That's what we've been chasing.
It's incredibly quick.
So we want to beat 49, and I think we may get there this year. Trevor's tried his whole life to beat that number. I think we're there. So I'm looking forward to it, very much so. You'll see the museum stickers on it, everyone knows,
yeah. And guys, if you haven't been out to this museum, it's at the Lawrenceford Wine Estate. There's the Abu Brewery, and then there's a market, and honestly, it is absolutely beautiful out here. It's kid-friendly. There's lots to see, and the museum changes every 3 months, so you've got a reason to come back. And a passionate petrolhead is often here to give you some literally first-person tips on these cars and where he found them and the story, the life behind them.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Anthony. A really nice meeting, some really, really nice people. And thank you for the run. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a very rare little beast. That's a Lotus 23, Super 95. They make 23 of the Super 95. Use a Coventry Climax motor. They still race these cars. Okay, will be on the world market for 10 minutes. Really? If you think at 1960, that's what it was pretty. I mean, it was proper. It's clever. Inboard discs, ZF, LS in the back. Inboard discs, like the Alpha. Okay. So a very special little car.
All right, so day 3 ends at the Lawrenceford Wine Estate. We're at the Abu Brewery. I'm telling you now, if you're still on your way here, you've got something to look forward to. I do like a lager, and that is probably one of the nicest lagers I've had in a long time. We've had a private tour of the museum with Linton. The museum is still open, so you can still come and see it. The market is getting busy, and it's a really nice market, so I'm looking forward to some food. And that's it. Collectible car edition, Cape Route Rally. We had a brilliant time. It was amazing. Honestly, the mountain passes were something else. And that saying, just put the hammer down, is what I keep thinking every time I open the throttle on that Aston. It was just so cool. And if you've got that feeling with your car, and you're a petrol head and you like these kind of things, then you need to get in touch with us, you need to follow us, and you need to come and join us on the next Cape Route Rally. So rock on.